Hands and knees, and take your hips up and back. Look forward. As you exhale, come to the top of the mat. You can step or lightly float your feet forward. Take an inhale, extend your heart forward, and exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come down. Good. Second side. Inhale and reach. Exhale and fold. As you inhale, extend your spine very long, Ardha Uttanasana. Step your right foot back. As your leg goes back, your heart extends forward. From here, one leg down dog. Sweep your left leg up behind you. Full long line. Bring your knee towards your arm. Step your foot on the outside of the hand. Lower your back knee and lift your heart up. As you exhale, fall forward, straighten your front leg. Now you start to understand, here's the shape of the pose. You first need your hips to be open enough, or else this arm balance will not feel accessible, and it certainly won't feel very free or light, but you have to start somewhere. Take a breath, and as you bend your elbows and you lower down, notice this side. So maybe this hand walks back behind. Right hand comes in line with the shoulder. So the left thigh is hugging in. Lift your back knee off the mat and straighten the leg. From here, just play with this forward and back movement. Now bend the elbows, but lift your shoulders and move them back towards your hips and add the forward and back movement. So even if you're staying with this, you're in the shape of the pose. So take a breath. Depending on hamstring, you may be able to straighten this leg. You may be able to go forward and lift the back thigh up. One leg down dog, left leg goes up, hip opens to the side, and lengthen. Lift your left leg up. Level your hips. If you have to make any little adjustments, you can. Come forward. Lower all the way down to your belly. Notice your transition. And pause. You could turn your head to one side. Let your shoulders release. Pause on your belly. Bring your forearms down, lift back up into Sphinx. So from here you start to really open the front of the hips. You might even pick one leg up and lengthen. Pick the other leg up and lengthen. Take a full breath in. Lengthen the back of your neck and soften your chin down. Now walk your shoulders back, press back the hands and knees, and sit back into child's pose. Let your forehead rest and your hands flip so that your palms are facing up. Place your hands right next to your knees. Roll up to sitting. And we're shifting onto our backs. So you can just simply sit to the side, extend your legs forward, or you can lift up and bring your legs through. If you have blocks, you can get them and use them. You can use one or two, or you don't have to use them at all. If you hold behind your thighs and begin to roll down onto your back, take a few breaths here, and notice your low back. Notice your spine, shoulders release. And keeping your feet separated hip distance, let your knees lower to the left. So as they lower, you'll notice anything that's held in the hips, especially the front of the right hip. Shift to the other side. Sort of like windshield wipers. And then when you come back to center, set up for bridge, and this should feel really nice. So it is helpful if you have a little support. Arms by your side. Take a full breath in, and as you exhale, stand in your feet and start to lift your hips. Automatically you'll feel a nice relief for your hamstrings because it's engaging them and they're moving back toward the origin. So as your hips lift and you start to walk your shoulders under, you can catch your block and place it any height under your sacrum. And you should be on the tops of your shoulders. And you pause. So if you feel this support in your low back, in your lumbar spine, scoot it down. And when it gets into the right spot, it'll suddenly feel really comfortable. And if it never feels comfortable, just take it out and come back down. So take a breath here. Once you settle into this, you may be able to straighten one leg. So slide your right heel out on the mat. And it'll tell you something. So maybe you change the height of your block. So it might have to go lower if you're working with a straight leg. Or you may feel like you want more opening. So you can do this one leg at a time. If you happen to have your block very tall, so if you're on this tallest height, it's because you need a little space. And you have the option to straighten the leg, or you can bend the knee, catch the top of the foot, and bring that to the mat. So it's like Supta Virasana. It's a very intense pose. So you may or may not want the depth of this back bend. And you'll know when you explore it, and then your back will tell you. So please don't push. Then when you place your right foot on the floor, come into the second side. Remember, you can always change whatever height you need. So, you know, we make a lot of decisions about things in advance. And then when you get there, be willing to be flexible, be fluid. So things could be different when you arrive there, different than you thought. And that's the reason we show up in the first place. So you're here, either both knees bent, either straightening one leg. It might feel so good, you want to work with both legs straight. It's a deep opening. Try to keep feet right in